sure you follow the actual steps of your religion versus what's being put out there to you.
That is very important.
Yeah.
It's real.
Source.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
source.
real factual feelings, the real factual events of being in a religion. As I'm a Christian, I'm Presbyterian.
Okay.
And God saved me through what I went through. I believe that. I highly do.
I was
So
raised
that's-
Presbyterian too.
Thank you. And it's, but I don't know why I said it. Why, no, Jeremy, why do you think it's different? Why is Presbyterian, Baptist, Methodist, why is that different to people? Why can't we all be, you know what I mean?
Me personally, being a Muslim plant myself, being an Islamic man myself, and understanding because at one point before that, I was a Christian. And there's things that I looked at the actual religious belief and said that this wasn't my actual choice. Being amongst the actual people out there in Iraq, I understood that the Iraqis actually had a very strong functional family structure.
Yes.
And being amongst a lot of individuals out there really made me look back at how I was living and things like this and what I was perceiving as important here, but now I can actually see the importance of how they were living. Because here in the United States, think of it, most people here don't know how to actually grow plants.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. And if the actual stores decided to stop selling food to you, the people,
What would we do?
what would we do?
What would we do?
Oh gosh.
That's the question. What would we do if the food is gone?
Yeah.
Cannibalism. That's what I think of.
Yeah, I don't think it's to that point, but you know.
Right.
Well, they're already looting stores in other cities. They go in great crowds, overwhelm the store, and take whatever they want. So what do you think is going to make any difference when the electricity goes down?
It's going to be the same except worse.
Well, it just means that people are going to feel like they have the liberty to
Yeah.
do what they want.
Or the
And
justice.
and the ones that are prepared will know what to do. But there will be, if we don't do something in the government, like get Jeremy Bernheisel elected,
Right.
we are going to have a government that puts into place what we see all other parts of the world from which you just came.
Do you feel as if an authoritarian government structure is something that's in the people's best interest?
Me personally, I don't.
Do you mean this present or one we
I-
could put in place?
I
No,
mean-
one that's present right
Oh,
now.
we just had that discussion.
I don't at all. You want to restrict me as a human being. You want to take away my human beingness of being flesh and blood, and you want to treat me like an animal. No, I don't support that in any way.
So, yeah, I know you asked me a question earlier. The question was my story.
Please.
Okay, so in
Love to hear it.
yeah, 2006, 2007, I was deployed to Iraq, the area known as, Balad. Most people hear about Balad in like all these movies and stuff like this, and all these operations taking place, but I was right there.
I've never heard of a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
I've
This
And I don't mean no
is-
disrespect by that, but
Yeah.
that's new to me.
Yeah.
I didn't, I think of
So from 2000, I enlisted in the United States Army Infantry. My recruiter said it was a perfect actual thing for me to go do. With my kind of background and stuff like this, hey, Army's going to take you right on in. Because at that point, the Army had very, very low standards. And they're waiving anybody to come in. Just to keep at the actual recruitment. But did those individuals make great soldiers? Yes. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't serve with anybody else but those individuals. Yeah. I wouldn't serve with anybody without those individuals right there. Those are people, our brothers, our sisters, This is like an extended family that we built.
And I want to say
Well,
thank you for recognizing Alex,
Yeah.
because I was not, I was occupied.
No, it's okay.
And so with you and the other veteran that was earlier and all that, so we're very proud that you're here today.
thank you. I appreciate it.
And see, this is something that actually Robin does right here with his Wounded Warriors Behind Bars, helping out other veterans that have been formerly incarcerated and things like this. This is something she does.
Or just understanding that we're not military people anymore, we are
Yeah.
veterans now. And we do have resources to us.
Right.
And we gave our life, period.
And we survived.
Yes.
That is most important. We should
Yeah.
God
When
gave us the
others
grace.
didn't.
When oth-
You know, that's a very valid point. Thank you for reminding me. Unlike you guys, I was in peacetime. I worked here in Washington, D.C.
But you still served. You still
Yeah,
did
well, I
your
did a
job.
very important job.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I
Of
did.
course. And judgment is not upon you in any sort of way.
I don't know.
Service is service. You did your part. You did your duty.
I make sure I keep
You
my.
came back, and what do you feel that people have showed you respect back? The fact that you have felt, "Yeah, I did my part. What are you all going to do? What is the government going to do for you?"
Yeah,
What are people gonna
I
do
got a
for you?
feeling you go on your actually.
Yes, I please tell me.
So, becoming a veteran was one of the most difficult challenges I think an individual coming out of the military with a traumatic brain injury and dealing with chronic PTSD could be. Coming back and actually getting back into the feeling and the flow of things. When I was actually in Iraq, 2006, 2007, I was over in this little area known as the Dvorak Peninsula.
Right, and I just want to say I was adopted from Russia in 2006.
Okay.
So
I've worked with other Russians as well. Like
in your
Yeah.
regiment, your unit,
yeah,
or just other
Oh,
fighters.
yeah. No, this was with First Cav Division. Yeah,
I'm sorry
First
to
Cav
interrupt,
Division.
but being that you say you were adopted from Russian descent,
Yes.
how did that make you feel? I don't want to get into this deep, whatever, but this is a conflict that you can use to your benefit.
Yes,
And it's 15 years for an OTH. I've way gone my past my 15 years. But if you get on it right on, boom, and then you can get out of it. But the medical benefits are now available to everyone. So yeah, go ahead.
So I was a platoon sergeant, First Cav Division, 3/8 Cav, Alpha Company. Yeah. I was an infantry platoon sergeant at the same time. I was a headquarters platoon sergeant. I made sure that every 25 was always fully operational for my unit. And I was also like being called by a battalion and our people that continuously keep our vehicles up and operating. So I had a very important position. And keeping that running and stuff like this. See, this is one thing that nobody talks about. The United States. We have committed crimes against humanity by utilizing things like uranium against actual people, which is completely against the Geneva Convention. And as a platoon sergeant, you know what I did? When I noticed that was the actual ammunition being used, I stripped all the ammunition off all the guns. Because that was the right thing.
it was, but
Military doesn't always count on doing the right thing.
no, they don't. But in the end, stripping all those plates, what did that cost you?
Yeah.
It cost a lot of armor. It cost a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to do what's right. When you're in that situation, when you're in a fighting situation, you don't think. You just act. It's a part of you. It's just a vicious.
But long story short, I was in a 5-day operation down in the Dvorak Peninsula. About 3 days into the actual operations of heavy combat, my vehicle finally got breached after taking several RPGs, IEDs, and you know, the understanding what it's like to take another human being's life is something that not everybody has the opportunity to have, and I'm happy that most people out here in the United States don't have, because most people out here can't fathom what it feels like.
You can't wrap the head around it.
They can't even have a little flip.
You can't, yeah. But to relive that continuously and go through your hey, I did pretty good on that day, or oh man, I really fucked up on that day. You're gonna live on that moment for the remainder of your life. For me, controlling my personal PTSD and stuff like this, I understand taking a moment of time, stepping back, and that's why I said breathe. No, don't reminisce, just breathe before you react to certain situations. You feel yourself getting tense, take a step back, breathe.
Blow some bubbles.
And Robin guys out here blowing bubbles apparently.
Right. And
Robin is pimping us.
pimping us, I feel like.
Yeah, to have an actual presidential candidate. So But yeah, to give you an idea, my vehicle, my Bradley got hit with the RPG-7. The explosion happened on the backside. The armored piercing portion ricocheted off the ground, came up through the belly of my vehicle, and went straight through my leg. Luckily, my gut's instinct said, "Hey, everybody's too quiet on the mic. Let me go do a quick radio check." And I reached back, and as soon as I did that, I went straight through my leg instead of my chest. So I'm blessed with that.
Right. And the fact that you can say you're blessed, I was just talking about that to Robin earlier, and you talked about being blessed, and you said how you're blessed, how your life went, how you're
I
saved.
guess you could call it that. I'm being called upon to be the warrior genetics coming forward to and fighting for the veterans. I've been across the nation and our veteran community is treated like shit. I'm letting you know now. Welcome to the shit community. So anyway, the I want to talk about
Community.
no, the political aspirations. That what would happen, I feel the U.S. is not United States. If the government was the mother and she had 10 kids, they would all be treated the same. Everybody gets the same portion of dessert. Everybody gets the same, you know. Now, I know this might sound like socialism to some, but I call it fair equity.
Robin, you know, I've been promoting my idea, and this is why I think I am the better choice out of all the actual candidates
I know,
out
right?
there. I am one of the only candidates out there right now pushing the idea that we all should have some form of residual income. Because I know Social Security is actually getting ready to collapse in the upcoming future.
It's collapsed.
It's already in the process of it. So in order to actually protect the United States people and the best interest of the people, I intend on utilizing that money and putting that in a life insurance policy that the United listen to that. Okay, so my insurance, a life insurance policy for every United States citizen that you can personally leverage in your times of need. So if you need housing, guess what? You can leverage that life insurance to provide you directly for that housing. And the intent is for you to learn how to become more knowledgeable about your finance, you know, usage. Yeah. Teaching people the upcoming process, because what people don't understand is in the upcoming future, a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs due to AI.
And they're
Cryptocurrency is definitely going to be taking over as our formal currency. They already have a U.S. dollar in crypto if people
This is
haven't
your
actually
your
got this.
lighter.
But I'm looking at the upcoming future and actually giving you guys a perfect solution to this actual situation and scenario. Ensure that every American here, as long as you're a United States citizen, you get $1 million life insurance policy backed by the United States federal mint.
And how?
And then you're able to actually access that capital right there to provide you directly for your medical needs. So hey, guess what? That's healthcare for all, because everybody is able to actually leverage this life insurance policy to cover the ridiculous healthcare bills. And we got more things to talk about in Bernheiser 2024, because I'm also looking at making things such as schools and also our hospitals tax-free zones the same way they do for the churches, who have been actually doing nothing for the people out here, but making
Agreed.
multi-billion-dollar. Don't get me. Yeah, I was
What
gonna
are
say,
your
don't-
thoughts on a flat rate tax?
A flat rate tax?
You know, there was a time in history when there was a 40% flat rate tax
Checks on
on everybody's income. Everybody their income that paid taxes paid 40%. And that was it.
Yeah.
Didn't matter how much you made. Everybody paid the same.
Well, we're going to talk about tax policies and stuff like this in an upcoming episode, because that is another hour into the
I
whole
know, right?
conversation. Unfortunately.
Well, thank you,
But-
Alex, for being here.
Yeah,
thank you, Jeremy,
Alex.
for sharing your
But,
experience.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your experience. I just wanted to kind of give you a short summary, but yeah, there I was, no shit. Middle Iraq, RPG came, whoop, boom, now I'm hit, and then I start flying away. But I kind of drove myself off the actual battlefield myself, told my driver to take me back to the motherfucking pod, and people just gotta follow in right behind me, but I kept all the people there in the place.
So you said
Yeah.
that the transition from active duty to veteran was one of
Now,
the hardest.
that is one of the most difficult challenges for a lot of veterans out there. I understand a lot of veterans, unfortunately, a lot of veterans, you guys were not in those leadership positions, even though a lot of veterans out here like to ideally give themselves the idea that they might have been in a leadership
They have every
position.
right to.
But, I mean, you know what, to each his own. At the end of the day, whatever you do here, that's not for me to actually judge, but only one other person up in the actual sky, you know, to whoever you guys believe in and stuff like this.
So we don't need the
But-
tissues.
But
I
my
wasn't sure.
my main focus in for the actual veteran community is ensure all veterans like yourself, and you're just coming out fresh. Would it be beneficial if you still maintain TRICARE?
I don't see why not.
TRICARE is your actual
Well,
insurance company.
OTH,
No.
OTH might be different.
Yeah.
I need to switch. I would like to know about TRICARE because my insurance company is not. at
Well,
all
this
supporting me.
is one of my solutions. I want to see all veterans get TRICARE for life.
What is TRICARE?
TRICARE is an insurance company that the veterans have access to, and if you're a retiree
Good.
or while you're actually in service, TRICARE
This
for
card
life.
gives you.
Wait, let me
What?
finish,
Go
let me
ahead.
finish, let me
You finish,
finish.
I'll
I understand what you're talking about, but that card doesn't give you access to better doctors off the actual grid. You need TRICARE for life to actually get better doctors than you can receive from the VA.
This number, if you call 911, they take this number and you never get a bill.
Yeah,
If you go to any medical facility and give them that number, and you will never get a bill.
Not once.
No, because you have the medical card. That's why, but when you go to the medical facility to get your card, okay, the one here in Washington, you walk in and it's directly on your right, and it's the farthest right you can go. But when you go, they're gonna wanna know your DD 214 or something that they can pull up,
yeah.
you know.
But, okay, but to end the actual story and stuff like this, because I know we were kind of cut on the actual short
Yeah.
time span and stuff like this. Plus, I also want to introduce some of this beautiful cannabis we have up here, locally grown and everything like
Here,
this.
I'll get
I,
that.
I think, you know, we're gonna have to go ahead and shorten this up just a quick minute. Hope everybody out there is having a great one. Like I said, Independent President of Canada, Jeremy Bernheisel, 2024. Giving you guys better leadership that's more effective without the money.
Without the money.
Yeah,
Cause none of us got money.
yeah. Just a group of veterans determined to actually make change in one form or another. And right
Get a
now,
selfie.
yeah, that's a good one right there. You have to actually get that one eventually.
I'll have to post it.
Yeah.
You know, I took down the page because we just didn't have any,
Yeah.
you know.
And
So,
I just want to. You seem so happy. You seem so chill and relaxed. And also for Robin, she feels so happy. You feel so relieved. And why is that? What do you see?
I'm following my purpose.
Yeah.
do you want
Right,
to share
what
with
is that?
Jeremy what
What
you
is
thought
that?
your purpose was tonight?
Oh yes, but I'd like to hear Jeremy's purpose. What do you feel your purpose is?
Me personally, I feel as if my purpose is to lead the people to a better actual future.
Right.
I truly do. I think I have the leadership that is needed to actually make a better direction for, or make the choices to have a different direction for the American people.
And how is that?
By being proactive versus reactive to a lot of the actual issues currently going on. So in order to actually see the change here on the ground levels, because I understand seeing is believing, we go ahead and directly affect the actual lower class and actually bring up the fact on how I'm going to close the wealth gap amongst the actual people in here, because the further it gets, the worse crime's going to get. And we want to de-escalate the violence at the end of the day, and this is how we're going to do it. I have a plan, just follow my lead. It's Jeremy Bernheisel, your friendly independent president of Canada for 2024. Hey, and thank you, audience, everybody in the back. Thank you for everybody coming in and say, hey, yay, okay, yeah, what's up, hey, all right, all right. Any questions from anybody up in